Hello, welcome to Doublereno Woodworking. So today I'm going to hook up my dust collection system to my Onefinity CNC router. The people at Oneida Air Systems were kind enough to send me this Dust Deputy 2.5. It's a deluxe kit with a 10-gallon steel drum. I'm really excited about this thing. I can't wait to get it hooked up and see how it does. I've got the VacMaster Beast shop vac that I'm going to use for my air supply on it. And I'm going to take this outside where I got a little bit more room, and we'll get it assembled and we'll bring it back in and get it all hooked up. Okay, let's get this thing open and then we'll see what tools we need to put it together. Okay, it all comes neatly packed inside the drum. Okay, so it's got this little snap band here. Just pop that up. So there's the cyclone itself. Here's all the hardware. And it comes with a 2.5-inch hose, which that's what I've got set up. 2.5 is what I got set up on mine. So we'll set that to the side. So I guess the first thing we need to do is we need to connect this to this. Okay, we'll get this thing connected to the lid first. So basically you take this thing, you flip it upside down. You got a little neoprene gasket. You sit that on there. I'll move the bucket out of the way for now. And you line this thing up on here. And there are 6 bolts, nuts, and washers. I want to double check, make sure. I think the nuts or the bolts go in through the top. Yeah, the bolts and the washers from the top. So we take a bolt and a washer. When I say the top, because this thing's upside down, goes in that way. And you put that on there. So I'll fast forward through this. Okay, so that thing's connected. So it's ready to go on top of the drum. But now we got to hook up the trolley system, I guess, for the wheels on the bottom. So I'm going to reset up and then we'll get that thing put together real quick. Okay, so we're going to put the dolly together. And what it says, just to lay one of these flat, lay them all the same way, I guess, starting out this way. And then just lay them on top of each other till all the holes line up. That way, that way, that way. And we got 3 bolts and nuts. I'll just run these underneath, I guess, it'll be easier. And showing in the diagram, the nuts on top. So we'll get set up and we'll connect all the casters on there now. So the next thing we need to do, these things have a nut and they have this hex right there, so that thing just slides inside there. And then you take one of these clips and you set it over it. And it doesn't say anything instructions about the washers, but I'm assuming that it needs a washer. They came with them, so just get those snugged in there a little bit, because it's gonna go and it's gonna clip over the drums, so we don't want to tighten those down yet. We got all this put together now, so we're ready to move our drum up here and we'll connect it to the drum. Okay, so I kind of played with this a little bit before, and these things are honestly I think these would have been easier to put the clips themselves on afterwards. I'm just going to finger tighten all of these. Okay, so now some of them have fallen back off. So I guess what I need to do, kind of pushing from side to side, and I'll go ahead and snug this one up. And then I'm going to go on the opposite side, make sure that one's snugged on there. So there it is. So it's on casters now. So all we have to do now is just put the dust deputy part, the top part back in, and we're ready to just hook it up and start using it. So we're ready to take this and sit it right back down on top here. Put this back on. Snap it down, and it's got this little lock over here that helps hold it in place. So that's ready to go. And then I got my hose over here, and I'm hoping this hose, I'm gonna have to wait till I get up to my vacuum. Hoping this hose will connect straight into my vacuum cleaner. But okay, I got it in position here. So my vacuum cleaner has a 2.5 inch outlet. So I can take that, and that'll go right straight into that. Fits nice and tight. And then this one will go in here, and I'll probably dress this up once I figure out for sure where I want all this. That fits in there great. So then I got my 2.5 inch hose coming off of my CNC router, so I just have to put that on here and tighten it down. And I've got extra hose here. I'm going to go ahead and run it first, and then I'm going to, once I make sure I got everything where I want it, then I'll dress this hose out. I'll cut this hose a little bit shorter. So I just have to get this on here. This is probably going to be a little tougher than it looks. Okay, all right, I got that on there good. And I got my little clamp it down so it won't come off. All right, it should be ready to collect some dust. So I've got to write a program, and I'm going to do my surface my spool board on my machine, and then that's going to be the first run of this thing. So I'll add that into this video, and we'll see how much of the dust and chips go into the dust deputy, and hopefully none or very little will go into the vacuum cleaner. So once I get that set up, I'll add that part on this video. Okay, I just wanted to say one more time, thank you so much to the people at Oneida Systems for sending me this Dust Deputy 2.5. So when you could see this thing, when it was running, you could see the dust circulating down in here, and none of it was going up through into the vacuum cleaner, none that I could see. So I'm going to get this thing opened up, and then we will look and see how much dust we collected inside there. I went and got a screwdriver again to get that thing up. It's pretty tight, but it'll loosen up with time. So you got to pop that little lock off there, and then open this ring up and pull it off, and we'll look and see how much dust we got down inside of the barrel. I did 2 passes over this surface on this spool board, so it should be quite a bit of dust. It's going to be MDF too. It's a really fine dust, so we'll take it and see what it looks like. Well, you can see there's a lot of fine dust on the top. Look at all that. Really, really fine dust. Yeah, that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. So now we're going to take it and we're going to open up the vacuum cleaner and see how much dust made it into the vacuum cleaner. If you're not familiar with these things, this is the whole point. All the dust goes into the dust collection and very little, if any, goes into your vacuum cleaner. And it saves your filters on your vacuum cleaner. Your vacuum cleaner will last a long time. Okay, so there you go. There is virtually no dust or chips or anything inside the vacuum cleaner. There's just a real slight film in there, but I mean it's almost nothing. This thing did exactly what it's supposed to do. So we'll take a look at the filter up here too, and the filter looks brand new still. So I'd never used this thing. This was the first time this thing was used, and it did great. The vacuum had never been turned on with hooked up to anything before this, so it did exactly what it's supposed to do. So I'm really happy with this thing. It's a great product. If you need dust collection for your shop, for your garage, your garage shop, anything, I mean, this is a great choice. They have these things available on Amazon. I'll put a link down below, and then you can buy them straight from Oneida too. So it's a great product. I really appreciate it again for y'all sending this to me. Please like, please subscribe, please share my videos. Thank you.